All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we are live in full effect right here, right now with West Coast finest, formerly of Ruthless Records. We got Bigg Rocc live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good, man. What's up with you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I hope everything's all well out on the West Coast for you, man. Like, unfortunately, this past year and a half has been terrible for everybody.
Yeah, man. I've been staying low and staying out the way and still trying to work, though, you know?
Hey, that's true, man. But you know what? You can't go wrong with that California sunshine. You know what I mean? It's like, I think down in California, it's like hot 24/7, eh?
Right. Yeah, that sunshine, great. You know what I'm saying? We love the sunshine out here.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I miss summertime. We just got a huge snowstorm not too long ago. So California sunshine and palm trees and oceans sound great right about now.
Hey, with the weed, too. So, you know, it's all good.
But I gotta ask you, Bigg Rocc, like taking you back to the beginning of your career, like what actually made you decide to get into the music industry?
Well, you know, I was like 14, and you know, I know Ren, growing up with Ren, that Eazy stayed on the next street, and Drake stayed on the next street. So when they did Straight Outta Compton, Ren told me, "Come on, man, come be down and be in the video." I was like, "Cool," you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna say? No, you know.
And I gotta ask you, man, being a part of Straight Outta Compton, the music video, man, like, what was it like being part of one of the biggest music videos of all time, man? Because that right there, that music video and that song put Compton on the map.
Yeah, but you know, when you doing it and you young at the time, you really didn't know what it was really gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Then when it did do what it do, because I was still in high school, I was like 9th, 10th grade, so people would bring the video to school and be like, "Hey, that's you on the video." I'd be like, "Yeah." Then they banned it. Remember, they banned it on MTV, and it still blew up. You know.
I think their End for Life album as well. I think that actually got banned from stores. Like MTV was banning everything, and it's still. I think it went platinum.
Yeah. Without any radio play, anything.
And also, man, when we're still on the topic of N.W.A, another monumental like N.W.A video that you were actually in was actually Always Into Something. I was wondering, man, like, what was it like taking part in that music video?
You know, it was cool. It was another video that, you know, for me being so young, looking at them do it, I was like, you know, it's kind of hard to explain, like, how to feel, because you, like, just there, like, okay, they doing their thing. That's what they do. So I looked up to them, but it was amazing. It's like, you know how you can do something, but if you wasn't there, it's hard to explain, but in my mind, it's a beautiful thing, bro. Learned a lot from them, you know.
And I gotta say that music video is as well, man. To me, is almost kind of like a Back to the Future type thing, man. Because like during the music video, they were kind of like in the Al Capone days, and then near the end, when they ran out of the bank, it switched to like modern day '90s.
Right. Yeah, that was the switch right there. That was the cold switch right there. Just to let you know how the days still go with each other. That's it.
And I have to ask you, who actually thought of like those ideas? Like who actually thought of the music video to be like the Al Capone days? Like, do you know who actually came up with that idea to be like, hey, let's make it like Al Capone?
Well, you know, I'm pretty sure E had a lot to do with that, because you know E loved guns and all that stuff. So between him and Ren, most likely.
And also, when we're still on the topic of like N.W.A, and you just brought up MC Ren, like you actually went on like world tours with him as well, man. Like I was wondering, you know, sorry, 3 world tours. My apologies. I was wondering, like, what was it like going on world tours with them? Because I've heard some stories, man, that they were like pretty crazy on the road.
Yeah, Ren like my sensei. You know, he brought me in the gang, took me around the world. It was cool. You learn a lot from Ren, because what he done been through already, he don't want you to go through the same stuff. So it was a lot of crazy stuff on tour. SWAT had to come get us out of a couple of shows. And, man, you got haters everywhere. Then you get love some places. It was crazy. But it was a good learning experience for me. It made me the man I am today, you know.
And also, you actually starred in a movie alongside MC Ren, actually called Lost in the Game. I was wondering, how did you guys actually land that movie role? And of course, what was it like actually just taking part in a movie?
But that was a movie Ran wrote. Him and my boy Playboy T. They came up with it, and it was a good movie. They wanted to do a part 2, but they never got to it. It was a cool movie. Ran and Playboy T wrote that one.
And I gotta say as well, like I remember watching that movie back in the day, man, and you both of you guys did a phenomenal job on that movie. If anybody hasn't checked that out, y'all need to check out that movie for sure.
Yeah, Lost to the Gang. That the soundtrack is hot too. You ever listen to the soundtrack?
I have a little bit, but not very much. Like unfortunately, I ended up finding the soundtrack actually at a thrift store, and I was like so scratched up that only a few tracks actually worked. From what I heard from it, it was absolute fire.
Oh yeah, that soundtrack go hard right there. That was a good project. I had fun doing that. We did that at a lot of it downtown LA and a couple of high rises. That was an experience. I don't like elevators, so it was like 27 floors up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going up once and I'm coming down once. I can't do the elevators like that.
And also in 1997, you actually signed a contract with Ruthless Records. I was wondering, what was it like actually being signed to Ruthless Records? Like obviously after Eazy-E's passing.
It was an honor, man, to represent the city of Compton and Ruthless and what Eazy stood for, and you know, I tried to carry on the legacy, and Rand brought that deal to the table with me with Tamika. You know, she took over the company, and everything was cool, man. I had a good time at Ruthless. You know, unfortunately, it didn't work out how it should have worked out, but you know, life goes on, bro.
And before we move off the topic of the Ruthless Records days, the one question that I personally have for you is, you know, what's one of your most fondest memories that you actually shared with the late, great Eazy-E? Because I heard stories that he was such a super nice guy.
We was going to one of his shows in Anaheim, and they was trying to think of a nickname for me. You know, I was young, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, we're going to call him Babyface Nelson because he's big and I still have the baby face. So from him naming me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really made me feel like part of it. You know what I mean?
And I gotta ask, like, still to this day, do people actually like go around and be like, "Hey, it's Babyface Nelson," or does or since the years have passed, has it died down a little bit?
No, I never ever like told nobody that. That was just like me, Cube, and Dre and Ren. We was all in the van, so we just was trying to figure out. You know, we was just joking around, but I never used it as a rap name or nothing. This is a story that has never been told.
And I gotta say, I'm glad you actually told it here on Outlaw Radio, man. Because I'm a huge Eazy-E and N.W.A fan, right? And you know, I've interviewed people like Cocaine and DJ Speed and all those individuals that's been there and seen some of this stuff, and they've said nothing but nice things about Eazy-E, man. So you know what I mean? I want to let people know that don't never believe the media, how the media portrays somebody, because you know what? That's media. Like from what I heard, Eazy-E was such a tremendous, nice individual.
Yeah, his energy gave you hope that you could just accomplish anything around him, because you know he just beat the odds of everything. So when you're around E, you comfortable, you cool, you happy, you know something popping, and you know it's going down. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you're around E, whether you're at his house or at the studio or at a show or wherever, it was all good.
And also, you were actually a part of the duo Concrete Criminals alongside with narrator RBX. I was wondering if you could tell us a story behind that group. And of course, how did you actually meet RBX?
Well, I met X. How did I meet X? I met X through Goldie Loc from the East Siders. And we hooked up. He knew about me. I knew about him. So, you know, we two big guys. So we like, Concrete Criminals. Let's do it. So, hooked up with a couple of producers. Snoop gave us some tracks on there. Goldie gave us some tracks on there. And it was a tight album. You know, working with RBX, you go from Ren, then you go to RBX, so your bars got to go up. You know what I mean?
Oh, most definitely. Like RBX, in my personal opinion, is one of the West Coast's finest lyrical artists, man. Like he most definitely is good at what he does.
Right. Oh yeah. X was a narrator. He's a X go there. You already know. X be in Mars. He be in Pluto. He be everywhere.
And I gotta ask you, man, is the Concrete Criminals, are you guys still doing your thing? Like, if so, do you guys have any new projects currently in the works?
You know what? I talked to X maybe about 3 weeks ago, and we talking about it. We talking about it. So it might be another Concrete album come soon to you.
I gotta say, I hope so, man, because you guys did phenomenal on your most recent record. So I really think that like hip hop needs another Concrete Criminals record. So X, if you hear this, man, let's make it happen.
Man, hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
And also, you have a track out currently right now called "Boss Ends" with Trey D. I was wondering, what's the story behind that track? And of course, like, where can our listeners purchase themselves a copy of that single today?
Well, you know, me and Trey D go back from when Trey D did the Generals list. I did I wrote a couple of songs for him. So, me and Trey D got this, like, love and respect relationship where, you know, I got his back, he got my back. So, I caught up on Big Trey D, and he came through for me.
And also, as well, is that song actually available on all streaming media platforms right now?
iTunes, Apple Music, all platforms.
Most definitely, ladies and gentlemen, so get it or you will regret it.
Appreciate it.
And also, in 2016, you actually did a track, Under the Sun, that's actually featuring Corrupt of the Dog Pound. I was wondering, how did yourself and Corrupt actually get connected?
Well, you know, word spread from RBX to Trey D, now Corrupt, you know, all the homies from the Dog Pound, them all my big bros, you know, so they just showing love, and my boy Chill did that beat, and he was like, man, do the hook on this for Rock, and he's like, no problem, so he hooked it up, and, you know, me and Corrupt, that's my big bro, little big bro.
And I gotta say, Corrupt is actually keeping busy lately as well. Like, he has a gang of new projects out. So do you think, like, down the line, you guys might actually get together and do another collaboration?
Oh, for sure. No doubt about that. And yeah, they got, him and Dad got Dog Food 2 coming out soon. So, y'all check that out.
Most definitely. I agree. That Dog Food 2 actually looks great so far, man. I'm hoping most definitely it's actually a great album. Like, I think we've been waiting for that for a long time. We've been waiting for Dog Food 2 just as long as we've been waiting for Dr. Dre's The Detox.
Exactly.
And also, you were a part of another group called The Foundation alongside Bigg to the Boy. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about The Foundation, and of course, like, do you guys have any new projects currently in the works?
Yeah, Foundation, me, Bigg to the Boy, and the homie Will, rest in peace, put together. We all from Compton, so, you know, we was like, let's do something, let's get it together, and we formed a group. Then that Will passed. It was, that was a hard one right there, bro, when that Will passed. So I still feel that one to this day. But I was with Bigg to the Boy yesterday. He came through, and it was my fiance's birthday, and we smoked a couple of blunts, and we just chilled out.
And I want to say as well, shout out to Bigg to the Boy, because I think it was a year or so ago he actually got into a really bad accident. So I just want to say, give him a shout out and say I'm glad that he's still here with us today, making that dope music.
Yes, sir, little bro. He's still popping. He's still knocking them 16s out, one take Jake all day.
And I gotta ask you there, Rock, like, what's next for you? Is there anything I happen to miss? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote what we still have you here live on the Canadian airwaves?
Well, I got a EP I'm working on. It'll be available by March, the whole EP, but I'm going to drop a single next month, Smoking Party. And it's going to go through Music Mogul Entertainment. That's my boy Skilo. Skilo be helping me out on a lot of stuff, you know, teaching me the game and schooling me on some stuff that's going on in the industry, you know. And that'll be out next month. And I'm working on I've been writing a TV series. I just finished writing the first season, and I'm working on the second season. So trying to get that sold and helping new artists, man. You know, stay open to help people and do what I do. You know.
Hey, it sounds like 2021 is the year of Bigg Rocc for sure. You got a gang of great new projects by the sounds of it. And I'm most definitely looking forward to that TV series when it does actually hit the TV screen.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'll let you know. I got to give you an exclusive hookup, man. You the homie.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? And honestly, and if it's coming from Bigg Rocc, you already know it's going to be a masterpiece. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled because it's going down. 2021 is this man's year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Mr. Morto.
And also, Bigg Rocc, this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves. Just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to. And of course, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything Bigg Rocc if they're not already doing so.
Well, I want to give a shout out to so many people, man. Music Mogul Entertainment, MC Ren. My family got my back. My fiance, my best friend, his wife. I got a lot of people. There's so many people, Mortal, man. You gonna get me in trouble, man. The people I forget. God first, though. I'm a man of God first, so I couldn't do nothing without God. You know what I'm saying?
And I gotta say though, Bigg Rocc, thank you so much for just taking the time out of your busy evening, man, and just coming on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM, man. You know, your contribution to hip hop, you know, is huge and will always be solidified within hip hop, man. So thank you for everything you've done, all you contributed, and I'm looking forward to even more of your music in years to come.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you to Canada Airwaves, and appreciate your time and love too, also, bro.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome. Anything you need, don't hesitate to hit me up, man. I got you.
Yes, sir. Have a good day, man.
You as well, Bigg Rocc. Thank you.
Yes, sir.